afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Wednesday, February 23rd, 2022, a little after 3 p.m. Eastern. We have a time for change call tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. The solution to the craziness on this planet. Whatever happens in this life is a deeply eternal loving experience, even if your mind cannot fathom why. Just know that each surprise life gifts you is simply to awaken you from the dream. And may all of us be constantly, deeply, eternally loved with the unexpected. A good statement is, why fear death? Why fear it? The greatest fear is the unlived life. Why fear death? The greatest fear is the unlived life. When the final layers of dust and dirt are washed away from our mirrors, a very interesting thing happens. The ego clings to you more than ever and digs up even deeper issues, worries and problems, and thoughts that you had dealt with years ago. It feels as if your ego is starting a mud fight inside you, making your mirror dirtier than ever. The important thing to remember is that your issues are not resurfacing to be reborn. Their purpose is to reveal their totality so that they may be fully bathed, purified, and released from your life. The important thing to remember is that your issues are not resurfacing to be reborn. Their purpose is to reveal their totality so that they may be fully bathed, purified, and released from your life. As those last dirt particles are being swept away, your mind's attachment will intensify to those ideas of who you used to be. Remember, staying identified with your old issues and problems is not in any way helping you to see the divine presence that is here now. Your issues are old memories of who you were, leading you further away from the truth of who you truly are now. The instant they arise, notice the message they are communicating to you. Ask them what they are trying to teach you about you. Breathe slowly and deeply to stay in your body. This will help you ground yourself because your mind will try to pull you back within it. The more you can stay present in your body and acknowledge that the mind is trapped in an illusion, the faster and easier it will be to break free from it. The ego holds on to ideas of who you are out of fear. The ego hates being in the unknown, not knowing who or what you are. The more your attachment to your ideas about yourself dissolves away, the greater the magical mind becomes in you. Do not let other people's ideas of who you are or should be force you to live in a box for another moment of your life. These memories do not define even a fraction of who you are. They simply are a lightly scattered layer of dust, stopping the brilliant light from shining through and illuminating the real you. There are a few other things to do to move swiftly through these final layers. One secret is to move directly and consciously into your dirt. Stop resisting the experience. Whatever we resist persists. Whatever we resist persists. So surrender to exploring that dirty part of you The second secret is to focus on how amazing you are by feeling all your accomplishments, successes, joys, etc. In realizing your bigness, you gain perspective on the smallness of these last clinging dust mites. And once you can gain a bigger perspective, you can relax about nagging issues and start using your mind fully. And you use your mind to focus on what you really want instead. You can turn up the heat by focusing all your energy on what will make you feel empowered today. Take a risk. Go into the unknown. Then you go for what you really want, no matter what. The greatest risk you will ever take in your life, the greatest risk any of us will ever take in our lives is not taking one. Is not taking one. You heard this before, don't sweat the small stuff, it's all small stuff. Dr. Robert Elliott. One of the most common ways people have tried to get rid of their nagging negative mindset is to cover it up with positive thinking. Positive or spiritual thinking can become a slippery, dirty trap that can form a dusty layer of spiritual conditioning. If your life, or when your life must be a certain way, for you to be happy, you become attached to the thought of happiness instead of being at peace with what is. Dust particles always come in disguise. That is how they start sticking to the mind. They can come in positive and negative thoughts, and both stick just as easy to your mirror. Since positive experiences are usually easier to integrate, they are not so easily seen as those gooey blotches of negative feelings and experiences that get smeared all over your mirror. Have you ever tried to battle negative thoughts by reversing them with positive thoughts? I think we all have at one time or another. The only problem with this technique is that when you throw a positive thought over the negative thought, it appears that we have effectively wiped away the dust. The truth is that the positive thought particles hook into the negative ones and ultimately creating more dust on the mirror. Anytime you are busy clearing negative beliefs from with positive beliefs, the ego emotionally feeds off your new positive charged energy, creating another short-lived false identification without your positive beliefs to support who you are. Who you are. This can be most confrontational and confusing concept for the ego to digest. It's important to realize that developing positive beliefs are a vital tool in raising our manifesting vibration, because what our ego focuses on grows. However, you don't need any beliefs to be free or happy, and any attachment to a belief will drag your vibration downhill. So go ahead and develop a positive belief. Just don't get attached to it or use it to cover up what is really going on inside. Your true identity is the pure freedom and expression of whatever is here now. Check it out for yourself and see. The ultimate goal, paradoxically, is not to destroy all your dust or keep it from falling on your mirror ever again. While you may think this sounds totally wrong and absurd, your job is not to work on yourself so much that you are a squeaky clean soul. That would drive you insane. Rather, your mission is to be so relaxed inside that you become completely present to the light, the mirror, and the dust that is here now. When you do this, all your dust becomes inconsequential, insignificant, and trivial, which is what allows the light to start shining straight through. The light gets really bright when you accept everything that you are. You are the dust, the mirror, and the light in the end. See this as the first step to breaking free from your old patterns, issues completely. You must choose to, you may be thinking, why should I go through the trouble of dusting my mirror at all if the goal is not to clean it anyway? If you don't sweep what you can off your mirror, your awareness is so clouded by years of dirt and filth that it is very difficult to realize you are the light of awareness. However, the goal is not to focus on getting rid of the dust, because your consciousness becomes completely absorbed in the dusty energy itself. The only way you can totally transcend the last layers of dust is to stop focusing on the dust. Keep your attention focused on the source of the universe that is here now. Be aware that the divine universe is right here, right now. The mirror of your mind will reflect even brighter when whatever it is focused upon. You will see that you are naturally an open channel to the intelligence and energy that flows through all things. Notice that your own consciousness is always present, always here, witnessing something, whether it is a thought in your imagination or the experience of now. Relaxing your focus without any efforting at all in this moment, you will see there is not a speck of dust anywhere to be found. In fact, the dust you think is on your mirror is all an illusion of your mind. The snow goose need not bathe to make itself white. Neither need you do anything but be yourself. Lao Tzu. With enough vigilant awareness, you can achieve a dust-free mirror. The most important question to ask yourself is, what is my mind like when there is no dust on my mirror? Be curious about this question. It will help clear away layers of dirt right now. Imagine a state of mind that is totally free from all concerns, worries, and problems. What is that like? Hold that feeling and experience for as long as you can. This is the magical mindset. What would it be like to live in this mindset for 1 hour of your life? How about 1 day or 1 week? Heck, let's go for a month or a year. Remember, your thoughts create your reality, and whatever you focus on grows. How long can you hold your attention on the vibration of a clear, present mind? If there are 10,000 states of mind to choose from, which one would you most like to be in right now? If you keep encountering a chaotic mind, be patient. This happens to every one of us. It is part of the process of awakening the magical mind. Be gentle with yourself. You are an amazing multidimensional being. You are the light, the mirror, the reflection in it. You are living in an intelligent, conscious universe that absolutely loves you and all your parts exactly as they are. There is more power and wisdom available here than you could ever imagine. To discover this, stop everything, be quiet, and listen. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Marcus Aurelius. Manifesting happens because we are channels for the inexhaustible levels of pure energy found in the present moment of now. With a consistent, relaxed, yet focused awareness on what we want instead of what we do not want, we will naturally and consciously manifest amazing things. The more present you are, the more your body opens, and the richer your experience of life, this life, becomes. Feeling very connected to the universe in this present moment. Not much chit-chat going on up in the head. A strong desire and directed intention for what you want to manifest into the universe. A belief says this is a magical body, mind, and universe around me in which I can create anything I consistently dream of. The moment each of us stop being 100% engaged in what our now experience is, by getting up in our head about a past or future event, life loses its juicy flavor, direction, and energy, because we are coming from a less conscious space with an open and centered energy. Our manifesting vibration flows and grows exponentially. Our thoughts manifest from our core selves and create our lives. You can step into the same moment. You can't step into the same moment, as some people think they can step in the same moment, even once. Some say the moment goes by so quickly that even proposing we can step into the same river once can be disputable. The moment moves and flows much faster than the mind. The mind can never, ever catch the present moment. When it actually does catch up, the mind is no longer there. You reach a state of no mind, of nirvana. Once you continuously stay in the present moment for hours or days, you will have a shift in consciousness. Your life will never be the same. A dynamic transformation will unfold through you. Miraculously, synchronistic events will occur as if they were your everyday events. A sense of inner peace will prevail. There will only be time for you to shine, so there can be more truth, vision, purpose, and meaning to your life. Everything that you want is contained within this moment. Why would you look at any place else? There is more manifesting energy in the now, here, to use, than any of us could ever use. The present moment is more amazing than anything, and is the only place manifesting power exists. We are always learning, growing, and evolving. There is no stopping it. If a manifesting technique loses its power or slows down, you can revive it. If it dies on you at a critical time, it doesn't mean it will never work for you again. The moment you bring full intention, awareness, and full presence to the experience with great gratitude, you break through the past-future block and step into the now. Your manifesting technique starts to work again like a charm. The now is where you create your reality all the time. The now is where all of us create our reality all the time. Make each day useful and cheerful, and prove that you know the worth of time by employing it well. Then youth will be happy, old age without regret, and a life a beautiful success. Louise May Alcott. If you feel like your life is stuck in a rut or spiraling down a negative thinking toilet bowl, it probably is. Being stuck means you are refusing to get curious about your life and are avoiding a possible confrontational situation because you are not willing to go deeper inside yourself. Living in denial and avoidance seems like a good escape, yet is always the harder, heavier path to tread down the long road ahead. Eventually, we all get fed up with our stuckness and thus manifest a breakthrough into a lighter way of being. That is what stuckness is for. The more empowering and transformational path is to meet our fears as they arise and take advantage of the confrontational situations as opportunities for growing our courage, love, and compassion. With this attitude, the universe, in its all-loving and all-powerful ways, assists us in creating an enlightening and uplifting experience. Raising our manifesting vibration through being here now can feel like you are transforming a Model T Ford car from a 1920s into a high-tech 21st century luxury sport Lamborghini limousine. Your life functions more luxuriously, and you are more effective with your time, energy, and money. It is about pure joy to travel towards your endless destination. You feel the abundance of freedom with each new moment in the back seat, knowing you can relax and trust the chauffeur will safely deliver you home with ease. Everything runs smoother and with a higher manifesting vibration. Your health, relationships, finances, and spiritual connection are better than ever before. Life is a mystery to be lived, not a problem to be solved. So if you will, go to a place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do should be automatic, is relax the body. You know, it sounds funny, but when you wake up in the morning, do any of us ever think of relaxing the body because we believe the body is already relaxed? So we supposize, we guess, and we're in that habit. So how many of us do you think across this planet, when we're in bed, whatever the bed may be, and we awaken, is our first thought to relax the body? Or is our first thought, what? Got to get up, got to do this, got to do that, better do this, got to be in a hurry, got to accomplish this. Isn't that what most people do? Instead of lying there and saying how deeply grateful you are for the very moment you're in, and focusing on relaxing the body by moving into the now through the breath. Much different way to awaken than our conventional ways that all of us have experienced. Relaxing these bodies is imperative. You know why? Because we focus on our breath, and the breath relaxes the body. Because the breath is the now. And how does that relax the body? Because we disengage with the ego mind. We disengage with the subconscious mind. We still them. We leave them alone. And we enter the now through our breath. Easy in through the nose and easy out through the mouth. So you know all that mind chatter we all have? 24/7, the noise, the mind noise. It's not there. You know all the programmed thoughts, tens of millions, that fly by like clouds in the sky in front of us. We don't embrace them. Because we get to the point where we know, those aren't my thoughts. So we just kind of watch them fly by. Some of them are tempting. Some of them are. And sometimes we may grab onto one and take off with it out of the now. So we focus on our breath and we're in the now. It's really important to practice being gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself. It is paramount to be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude. Always. These are practices that we can all do. It really isn't difficult. We're just in habit. And being in habit means that we have got habitualized to certain things on the exterior world that we follow because we've gotten comfortable with them. And at first, when we practice this, it isn't really comfortable and it doesn't feel right for a lot of people. You say, oh, this doesn't feel right. Well, no, it's because you're not used to doing it. And eventually, you move into it, and you start realizing, this is phenomenal. So being in the now is imperative. It's all we really have. The illusions are the future and the past. That's where most of us spend our time. Future, past. Now we kind of jump over, skip over. Now the body is like this magnetic sponge, and it's been absorbing everything since it was a baby body. Stress, fear, anxiety, worry. But you remember when you were a kid, did you have any fear? Do you ever remember having fear when you were a child? In the beginning. None of us do. None of us have fear. We don't even know what fear is. Until we begin to become programmed in this matrix universe. Programmed, all of us, to do the opposite of what our natural state of being is, which keeps us in the illusion of separation. So through our breath, we can do a lot of things. And you can feel when your body lets go, loosens up. And try this. This is a scary thing for many. In the morning, whenever you wake up, morning, noon, night, whatever, don't look at clocks. Try that. Figure it out, if you have a day off, it's on the weekend, whatever. Don't look at clocks for 24 hours. Watch what happens. You'll be amazed how you begin to feel, how light you begin to feel. Not saying it's a habit, because you'll want to. You'll want to. Don't look at the time. But spend one day not looking at clocks, not figuring out what time it is. Now, I'm not saying that's easy, and I'm not saying it is discomforting in the beginning, because our habit is what? Always watching the clock. What do you do when you get up? What's the first thing in the morning you do? You want to know what time it is, right? Usually we have a clock next to our nightstand. Don't we? Yeah. Or there's a clock somewhere. And we immediately look at the clock. And you feel this hurriedness starts up. You ever feel that? It's pretty subtle at first, but there's a hurriedness. Oh, geez, I'm getting late. It's late. I overslept. And then, boom, do. And it builds from there. Believe it or not, our natural state of being is the opposite of what we feel is supposed to be here. Our natural state of being is the opposite of what we feel it is supposed to be here on this planet. Our natural state of being is to be in total silence, stillness, and peace, and gratitude, and contentment. If you knew that you had a massive flow of abundance, if you knew this deep within yourself, that you knew that as long as you kept your vibrational frequency genuinely high through the love for yourself and others, that you would have all the abundance, you'd have everything that you would ever desire. You would be able to experience anything that you desired. Instead of fighting the current upstream in the boat, trying to get to the top. I don't know about you guys, but I choose to take the boat with no oars downstream thinking. Now, I'm not saying that's easy either. But you can picture yourself in that boat, no oars, downstream thinking. You're not grimacing. You're not in pain. You're not disappointed or frustrated. You're just going with the flow. Because you go with the flow because you have deep confidence in the universe and yourself, plus a deep understanding of trust for yourself and the universe. Isn't it true that the adventure is the unknown, not the known? Most of us choose the known, not the unknown. And the unknown is where all the possibilities in this life are. When people take risks, they're alive. They feel alive. And they're not concerned about the outcome. Others are, though. You ever notice that? Have you ever been through that? Where you're not really concerned about the outcome, but every other Tom, Dick, and Harry around you is freaking out because you're not freaking out. Isn't that amazing? And you go, what is the big deal about all this? It's, hey, go with the flow. Oh, how do you go with the flow? You can't go with the flow. You got to get upset and irritated and frustrated. You got to, come on, what are you talking about? You see? When we stop worrying and stressing and fearing what others think about us or think of us, it doesn't bother us, truly, it doesn't. Then we're really going to be free. Then you'll know that you're free. But most of us, about 99% of us, worry, stress, and fear about how others view us and think about us and think of what we are. And you ask yourself, why is that? Is it because I don't understand who and what I am? Most likely. But when you understand, and we all understand this on this meditation, we're not the body. We were never the body. We're not our belonging. We're not the belongings, the status in life, rich or poor. We're none of that. We're the God within the body. And we create our destiny. Our destinies are not etched in stone. They are written in sand. So that means we can change our destiny anytime we choose. But we weren't able to get there until we understand who and what we are. So we all have a library. And each of us has a personal library. It's called the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind copies everything the ego mind does, period. It reflects it and copies it, and then it replays it over and over again. That should make sense to many people. That's why this stuff surfaces and leaves, surfaces and it comes back, goes away, comes back. Because it repeats it. It's like an echo, boomerang, comes back. So we all have memories, right? And we all reminisce and we all enjoy that. It's fun in this life to kind of reminisce with things that we've done so far in this life, experience. So we'll go and we'll open the door to our private library, which has all of our past lives, all of our future lives, has just about everything you can think of in there. Open the door, turn on the light, shut the door, and then go get some movies and some books and pictures, sit in an easy chair, watch the movies, and enjoy reminiscing about certain events that have happened in your life that you really, really enjoyed, had a lot of impact. Even the ones that weren't too fun. We say, well, that one I will not do again. But we we do that. And then we put everything away. And we shut the light off, close the door, and we move forward. We're always moving forward in this life. Why are we always moving forward? Does it make any sense to keep looking over your shoulder throughout your entire life? I wonder if I'd have done this different. I wondered that. Oh, what's that? What's that coming? What is that? That's the ego mind trying to keep you in the past. It doesn't want you in the now, because it won't exist. So we move forward. We don't look back. We don't look over our shoulder. We don't regret. We've experienced. So we move on, and we keep moving on. You ever notice how you get caught up in stuff, stuck, like playing it over and over again? Getting caught up in the past muck instead of just continually going forward. Or running over things in your mind over and over and over and over again, or verbally talking about them incessantly till you're exhausted. Instead of having the trust and faith in oneself by saying, this is fine. I trust in the universe. That's it. Most people don't trust in the universe. They don't. Because they don't know who and what they are. Does it make them bad? No. They're just in a different place of the journey than any of us are. We're all on the journey. And the journey is, we think we're completing something that's coming to an end, and then the journey continues. It is endless. It never ends. Why are we here if we don't want to journey? If we don't care to journey? If we aren't interested in the journey? What is that all about? The journey is the fun. Now picture 3 pads. Little golden pads shimmering. One on the left, one in the center, one on the right. You're standing in one in the center, which is the now. One on the left is the past, and one on the right is the future. Now, these paths all look almost exactly alike. You can see where the trees have formed a canopy. They're all shimmering gold, the leaves, the bark, the branches, everything. You see the path, which is a brilliant emerald green flaming grass as it appears. And they all look this way. But you do notice a big difference, that the one on the left is very worn, the past, and the one on the right is very worn, the future. And the one you're standing on, the now, looks brand new. It hardly looks like it's ever been traversed. Some of us will stay in that past. And I don't believe it's consciously, I believe it's unconsciously. And we stay there so long that we take the past, we bring it into a future that doesn't exist, we create that future from that past, and we relive that past in that future. And that's why a lot of people will say to themselves and others, no matter what we do, we always end up here. The future, we all go into the future, whether it's real or not, and whether it's been created or not, we go into the future. We ask. Lots of questions. We have lots of questions. We're hoping that somebody is going to answer those questions. And so we go to external authorities, psychics, astrologers, lots of people, and tarot readings. And we ask, what, I need a reading because I need to get straight on some things. So they get a reading, and then they look, and then they're told certain things. And then expectations kick in. Because someone of authority that you believe has authority that gives you this information, it's going to happen for you. And your attachment comes in, and expectations. And then when it doesn't happen accordingly to what you were told, you suffer. You're stressed out, upset, irritated, disappointed because it didn't happen. And all along, all those answers to all the questions that you'll ever have are within you, that body. The God that you are has all the answers. Does, seriously. Because it's connected to all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. On all planes of existence. The now is it. The future, the past, the now, all in the now. If you ever find yourself being pulled away out of the now, focus on your breath, and you'll be back in the now. It does take practice. It's not, it isn't something that we can just snap our fingers and boom, be in the now. Eventually it'll be that way. But whenever we feel things and have thoughts that we know aren't ours, and then we just identify them, that's not my thought. And it'll just pass by. That's not my thought. And it just keeps passing by, like clouds in the sky. Now remember, your thoughts, over 60,000 a day, you generate and send to the universe. You're always creating. You don't know it. You're always creating. Every thought that you have, you're creating something. The universe is answering. Whether it's bad or good, you're creating it. You're manifesting it. You're moving it into form. Manifesting is moving energy into form, creating it into the now, and experiencing it. That's what it is. Your energy. You move energy. Energy is creation. So you move this energy into creation. It creates what you desire it to create, whether it not be good or not be bad. It's quite interesting. Now, if you look inside the body, right? And because you know you're not the body. You're not the name, the personality, the status in life. You're none of that. You're the God within the body. However you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. Pure consciousness. And when you look into the body, you see 7 lights. Pretty apparent. And they go from the tailbone to the top of the head. What the heck are they? They're spirit etheric energy. What are you, the God? Spirit etheric energy. So we flow through those lights, known as chakras, meaning wheels of light. So we know these bodies. There's nothing that can know these bodies any more than we do. We know them down to the quantum quark. We know all the functions of the body and everything. Do you ever find yourself talking to your body like during the course of the day? It's a very, very well-designed structure, unbeknownst to many. So when we do reach a full awareness of who and what we are, we will know that the gods that we are within these bodies can heal these bodies in the blink of the eye. And that's where we're headed. Not there yet, of course, but that's where we're headed. Now, we know that parts of us, the gods that we are asleep. They'll wake in their own time. We love them just as deeply as we love the parts of ourselves that are awake. Now, it doesn't matter if or when a billion light years away are parts of us, doesn't mean there's separation. Just because to us, well, that's a billion light years, how can that be, one together? Because everything is. So this is all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond and forever. And as far as numbers, well, we can take a shot at it and say 1 gigaplex fills this universe, and with not even 1 square inch of sacred space to spare, and there's trillions of gigaplexes from trillions of universes and trillions of directions, which you, the God that you are, all of us, are part of. The time will come where you have discovered your ability to travel across interstellar space in a blink of the eye, to create universes. I mean, it's endless. That's why we call it the endless journey. Now, that's the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Morya, Vedantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua. all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, agartha, and beneath earth. All of our loved ones who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. All off-worlders, celestials, and galactics. Now, the off-worlders, celestials, and galactics, over 1,000 species, civilizations travel through this solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. We're familiar with a small group, and the small group is Pleiadians, Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans, Felines, Zeta Reticuli, Anunnaki, Nords, Greys, Draco, Reptilian, Golden Pyramid, Navion. This particular group has been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. Now, light energy beings, the eyes that we have with these bodies do not see all of the light spectrums. So you've got red, infrared, you've got violet, ultraviolet, you've got green, ultra-green, blue, ultra-blue, so on and so forth. Those light energy beings come in shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations, which we don't see. But the ones that we do, small group, part of that group, these bodies that we're in are supremely dependent on them to sustain itself. Fairies, the sprites, the elves, the dwarves, the gnomes, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, Pegasus, the unicorn, centaur, the minotaur. Now you ask yourself this question: how is this body intimately connected or dependent on any of this? Ask your body, can you survive without air? Can you survive without water? Fire, wood, ether? No, the answer is big no. We would be forced to leave this body. So we're very dependent on these bodies are. Now, the archangels, they're a civilization that vibrate at a different frequency than we do. The gods within their bodies and the gods within ours are one. This is why we don't see them like we see each other in groups. You know, we do meet with them. We've been meeting with them ever since we have been. And it could be a random conversation anywhere. We've all had it. We've all experienced it. And we're enjoying conversation like it's old home week, right? But then after we stop communicating, this conversation's over, we go about our business. And sometimes it dawns on us that it's kind of like a feeling of just a complete, not an expected anything, but a joy. And you say to yourself, that was an angel. That had to have been an angel. And then you feel bliss. A helping hand when you're thinking to yourself, boy, it sure would be great if I had a helping hand here. Boom, someone shows up and helps you. I can't reach that. It's too tall up there. I don't have a ladder. Boom, someone taller comes by and grabs it for you. Okay? And it's just fun helping each other. It never gets old. It never gets arduous or plexing. It's fun. It's easy go. Easy does, easy go. And that's what this civilization will eventually learn, that helping each other is one of the main reasons we are here. Now, they have a message. The message has been delivered in many, many, many ways. And it comes down to, isn't this, being alive in these bodies, magna glorious? Isn't it? Well, a lot of people say, well, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know about that. You know, they'll talk about their lives and how miserable their lives have been and how many disappointments and how raked their body is and how disappointed they are in things and always never happy, always complaining and frustrated about life and frustrated about others, and and we get sucked into this matrix, and we just don't realize it, since we don't know who and what we are. So we literally attach ourselves to external authority and everything outside of us, and we look to the external authority to tell us about who and what we are. So we get in the muck. Remember the dirty mirror, the dust. But when you leave the body, and you are no longer the body, you are the God that was the God that first entered the body. Kingdom of God, pure consciousness. And you lose your memory very quickly as far as even experiencing the body, the physical life. We don't make love, we don't kiss, we don't hold hands, we don't eat, we don't drink, we don't sleep, we don't laugh, we don't cry, we don't see through eyes like them with these bodies. We don't do any of that. You imagine? Oh, sure, some people say, oh, that'd be great. Oh, in the beginning, for a few moments, then you start gravitating, wanting to be in another physical form. So think twice, feel twice about before you speak to yourself to say how rotten or how uneventful your life is, and all the things that you wish you could change about your life. Give it some thought and meditation, and you may shift your understanding of things in a positive direction or a fulfilling direction. Now, they can surround any one of us at any one time, and the tens of thousands or tens of millions because of their vibrational frequency. They can hold a large number in a small area. And if you want, ask them. They'll be there in just a blink, and you'll be in bliss. Now, the Ascended Masters, they have ascended into physical form, mastered physical form, ascended out of physical form, hold pure consciousness, God form. We have ascended into physical form. We are in the process of mastering physical form. We are creating our experiences to perfect our creations. Now, the off-worlders, the galactics, and the celestials. They are part of us. The gods within their bodies, the Pleiadians, the Sirians, all of them. See, all of this that we talk about in these meditations are not conveyed as separation. They're conveyed as oneness. Anunnaki, all of them, all of the species, all of the civilizations and all existence and beyond is one. All on endless journeys. Some know what they are in the body, some don't. Majority don't. They're rediscovering constantly. And then all of the other species that we have never been introduced to, that no one has ever heard of, period. They're endless. Now, we're all gathered, one, arm in arm, hand in hand, full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we are all one. And we are all God. And we are all love. And our God, force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. It continues to grow, expand, intensify. And we immediately form a white fire circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This white fire light emanates from the love, which is the God, which is each and every one of us in this body. It is the highest of the highest high vibrational frequency. And it's flooding this planet, infinity and beyond, right in this very moment. Saturating, permeating, flooding all life, the highest supreme value in the universe. You can see this go on continuously through the heart-mind, in stillness, This light is so bright that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take over 1 billion suns to even come close to its brightness. There is no greater light than the light of love. Now we begin to descend above the planet. We're immediately met with this massive ocean of glitter. Now this isn't like an ocean of glitter you would depict or figure or create on this planet. This is a combination. It's like a massive grand fireworks display, grand finale laser light show, a massive ballroom globe, trillion times larger, trillion times more intense. And you combine all of these into one crescendo, that comes close to the ocean of glitter. And so we're curious, so we go to the little, we find these little tiny microscopic mirrors perfectly etched that we enter, and we discover that all of us, anywhere, everywhere, and nowhere, are teaching each other, communicating with each other, teaching and learning, learning and teaching, one or the other or both, on this endless journey. And you see, some of us choose other physical forms, trees. How are we going to create universes if we don't know all of that, experience all of it on each planet? Trees. We've been taught that the tree is life. No, it's the God that enters the tree to experience the physical tree, the physicality of it, the physical world. Blade of grass, bug, fly, bird, dog, cat, cow, horse. It's endless. It's endless. Now, of course, a lot of us are so infatuated with the material physical world that we forget that we are even in the now and we are in the future or the past. So we don't identify with that. We don't even know that exists. We don't understand that. Oh, well, if one of the gods enters into something insignificant, it means that its consciousness is lower. It's not true. Believe me, when you start discovering how many physical forms that you've inhabited, then you'll know that that's like something that was created from the material physical world. It's an untruth. Now we're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we created to remind all of us, the gods that we are within these bodies, that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created to remind all of us gods within these bodies of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we created to remind all of us, head to toe, inside now, we are protected with a white fire armor. This white fire is the love that we're made of. It is the highest of the highest high vibrational frequency. We have no demon possession. We have no attachments. We have no lower dark matter, survival matter frequency intrusions. Ever. Period. Yet, only you have the power. Only you. That if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough through hatred, greed, anger, envy, jealousy, revenge, manipulation, dishonesty, hurriedness, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Then possibilities are endless with demon possession, attachment, lower dark matter, survival matter frequency occurrences. Now, if you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with the double column of light, of which the first part is the purple transmuting flame. We created this part of the column to remind us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutralite substance, sending them to pure consciousness, where they are no more. We are then met with the violet ray. This is the second column of light that we created. And it reminds us that we can bring in the violet ray right behind a purple transmuting flame. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter survival matter frequencies once were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony to the deepest, deepest, highest of the highest, purest to the purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is the column of light that we created to remind all of us, the gods that we are within these bodies, that we are the sun, the sunlight. We are the rain and the rainbows. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams, the mountains, the skies, the clouds, the animals, the trees, the soil. We're everything, and everything is us. So the next time you see a sunset, or a sunrise, or a rainbow, or a starry lit night sky, it is you. It is the God within that body. It always has been, always will be, ever, beyond, and forever. So you see the sunset, you go, that is the God that I am, through the heart-mind. You see a rainbow, instead of saying, isn't that beautiful, you say, that's the God that I am. The feeling, the experience is so much different. And it's not through the head, the ego, it's through the heart-mind. We continue to ascend above the planet. Some of us decide to step outside our physical form if we're carrying physical form. The reason we do this is because it's fun, and we can. We come into full contact with this massive crystalline tower. We created this tower. It's larger than the solar system and beyond. Now, in the center of the column, we see a massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is a golden white ball of light. And they are surrounded by multiple colored rings of light. And they seem to go on through infinity and beyond. Now, they have created this super bright white misty cloud with sparkles, and it looks like it's electrified. And it's a white like nothing we've ever seen on this planet. And it's literally absorbed through the heart-mind, and it feels like a warm embrace that never ends. And we discover that the golden white ball of light is the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, eternal love. Then comes well-being, gratitude, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, tremendous prosperity, and tremendous abundance. And then we discover that all of this is but a reflection of the gods that all of us are in these bodies. Now, at the top, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, infinity and beyond. What is golden ocean? It's pure love. It's what we're all made of, the gods that we are. And it is flooding this planet, saturating and permeating all life, the highest supreme value in the universe. This is every second of every minute, of every hour, of every day, of every week, of every month, of every year. It doesn't end. It continues. And it continues to intensify and expand and grow. There is no room left on this planet for lower dark matter, survival matter frequency. They are vaporizing, and you are witnessing it. Now, we are drops of this golden ocean. We also hold the essence of this golden ocean. And the drops of the golden ocean of the drops. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere at set center circle. We created this sphere over 4 years ago. It holds all of our meditations over 1,800 in perpetual motion. Just feel that for a moment. Hundreds of millions on and off world, consciously aware, focused on this planet and its complete liberation into a God planet paradise that glows. Now you can tap into these anytime you desire through the heart-mind. The mind cannot keep up with consciousness. It is too fast for the mind. The mind is always getting caught in the past and the future. When we are totally in the moment, there is no mind. You're sitting and being silent, being open to everything and resisting nothing. Realize that it is coming from either a fear of loss or a fear of separation from the source. The meditative mind happens once the feeling of whatever you want to change is fully experienced and dissolved. I'll join you in the meditation. Return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose and an easy breath out of the mouth. Be still. Enlightenment occurs in the instance when everything in your mind is completely at ease. Completely stop all worries and concerns. Cancel all negative thoughts the moment they arise. Just let you be you and notice your pure, untainted consciousness. Be present to river of moments in existence in this eternally flowing yet infinite, silent, still universe. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. And we will return here tonight at 9 p.m. with a Time for Change call, Eastern, and tomorrow, Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.